there has to be some sort of honesty and genuinity when you're actually trying to um, share anything about your experience, and also in how it has to it needs to be received with that honesty and that understanding that enlightenment is not a sophisticated and incredibly, you have to be incredibly intelligent and wise and rich and famous or in any other, in any aspect of what your mind will lead you to believe. I also take the time to watch, similar people speak about similar experiences, similar dissolution of the mind, and how their, their need to go down a non-dual path or a path of consciousness or a path of religion or spirituality or a path of whatever. You always seem to fall into the category of um, something that the mind wants you to follow. You can be as empty as Buddha. You can be as empty as nothingness. But at some point, mind will fish you out of that abyss, that void, and say, okay, which way are we going to go now? And it'll point you again into thousands of ways, but not with force, with would you like? It is possible. No one wants to punish you anymore because you have no fear. But anyway, that's going down. I want to share with you a very honest and genuine way of looking at the possibilities of how you can, we all speak about that Sadguru, and that really is pretty accurate for most. I would say for all who have experienced this godliness, this pure consciousness, this diluted, undiluted presence, this one moment. Okay, I think the Sadguru is the only connection between you and your whole self, your whole infinite, immortal, limitless livingness, your beingness. So from that, what is that Sadguru to you? Is that Sadguru a religious feeling? Is it a spiritual feeling? Is it a feeling of emptiness? Is it a feeling of childlike? Is it a feeling of wisdom? What is that Sadguru? Once you experience this Sadguru, once you go within, through me, I am is the way. What is it that this flower blossoms? And of course, that initial discovery may lead you down to another path, a subpath, and a subpath, and you're back into the world of mind and ego again. So you have to be very careful, The genuinity of myself, regardless of what the story is, of what the experience was, or what kind of things it encountered, whether it encountered Christ, whether it encountered spirit, whether it encountered consciousness, whether it encountered the dark night of the soul, whether it encountered, out of body experiences, right? You have to uncover what your whole self is about. And it is with openness that I say that my whole self is about innocence. And you can take the meaning of that word and you can take that and try and go into the what innocence means path, or what he's trying to say path. But that's the flavor, that's the essence of your beingness. It's complete innocence, it's childlike innocence. And sometimes it doesn't have to be childlike, because we identify the child as being young and the adult as being old, but we're all children. We just think we've developed some ways of being serious, and this seriousness has caused wars and feuds and relationship breakups and harm and self harm and abuse. And this idea that we have to become an adult is is okay, but why can we not take the innocence with us? What is wrong with being innocent? You see, I don't mean guilty, innocent, that opposing states, that openness, that allowance, that acceptance to just be yourself. One of my fondest memories is at nursery school. I think it was primary school, maybe first year of primary school. When this old, beautiful, wise old lady teacher, she was old to me because I was very young, who wore tartan woolen skirts and glasses and the end of her nose and very long face and very wise and old. And she said, we have to learn the alphabet, children. And I said, I didn't know what alphabet meant, you know, it's the letters. And she put the letters up on the board, and we're going to start with the first five. She says, the only five, the most important five. And if you follow these five letters, you will remain innocent and wise, and you will become something incredibly open. And she pronounced the five vowels, e, o, a. And we had to repeat them, stand up in class and repeat them. And she said, no, express it with your face. Express them like you're alive. A, e, a, e, a, she said. And then, you see, the innocence, I don't really care what people think, you know. It's just, that's the way it is, you know. And then she would go into the secondary usage of the vowels, the adult usage, A, E, I, O, U. Follow these vowels, she says. And of course, enlightenment leads you to the destruction where you're stripped back of everything, and you return to that child-like, annihilated state of just mesmerized love. All the information, the knowledge is stripped back. Everything is stripped back. Everything is taken away. You've surrendered everything. You've given up. What do you want to keep, you know? And the only thing I kept was the vowels, because they made sense. They made sense when I was a child, but I didn't know it. But they make true sense now, and this is the nursery way to enlightenment. Yeah, my nursery way to enlightenment. Discover the Sadguru. Go within and understand Christ's words towards the vowels. Means individual. Alone, solitude, not fitting into the world. A singular. You have to remove that singular. E, go through me. E, me, says Christ. The way to become whole and remove that is through me. And in that me, I will show you the way. And the way goes through that chant, that moment. That that O. A singular following me through I, chanting Om, will reveal the way to you. That's what Christ was saying. This I within, is the stable, the maple, the A, the E, the O, and the U are all swirling around, giving life to your I, yourself. I remember the teacher saying when I was a child, when we all seemed to be embarrassed by this expressive opening of the mouths, like childs do. Oh, I'm being exposed to the world. And her words were to expose yourself to the world and become the world. You have to express yourself as the world. Go into your room at night and say these vowels to yourself before you go to sleep. A, E, I, O, U. And you'll see